I'd like to call the October 4th meeting to order, please. Please rise for the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear Heavenly Father, we just ask that you be with us tonight as we conduct the business. Lord, we just ask that everybody here remain calm and let's just move forward. Lord, we just ask that you be with us all in your loving name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any corrections, additions, or deletions to the agenda?
Just the one for Nicole, I think we just need to cross that.
Yep, she actually sent an email, so
Oh, okay.
I'll stand in as Nicole.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Need a motion to approve minutes from September 9th, September 9th closed session meetings, which are in your packet, which need to be returned. And then also September 6th public hearing council minutes as well, all in your packets.
Just on the minutes from September 9th, the two sheets are reversed. We just have to look. It's 1, 3, but if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, they're all in order. Otherwise you miss the Civic Plus Unicode. So if you just move your pieces of paper, you know,
Oh, to the other
to
side.
the other side, you're all set. If there's no corrections, I move to approve the, do you want them separate, September 9th? Okay, so first we'll do the September 9th minutes as presented.
Support.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. September 9th closed session meeting.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes. Support.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. September 16th public hearing.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Support.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Special reports. Clinton County update from County Commissioner Nicole.
You want these passed on?
Passed in at some point, yeah. So Nicole did send an email, states, thank you for checking, I will not be able to make this month's meeting. The county annual budget is the same this evening. Here's an update from our September meeting. Each link has corresponding agendas and packets. So if anyone would like the link, there are hyperlinks to these committee meetings. September 11th, they are having a Ways and Means Committee meeting. Presentation of the 2026 draft recommended budgets. Included estimated 200,000 reduction in federal and state revenue. And renewed and expenditures growth by approximately 5%. September 18th, they're having a Ways and Means Committee with HR Committee. Proposal for 4-H Fairgrounds Master Plan approved by board. Continued discussion on recommended 2026 budget. The October calendar, Broadband Task Force meeting 10/27. Next, they're having a meeting, had a meeting, 23rd from the Board of Commissioners meeting. The renewal of administrators' contact now includes yearly performance reviews. Upcoming meeting, October 14th at 6 p.m. is the Board of Commissioners budget hearing. The state's finally released a budget. It includes the same level of county revenue as 2025, which is good. There was originally a proposed 12% reduction. There's also a one-time appropriation of 2.5 million to counties for public safety. That's good. If it would be helpful to have call to discuss any of these, she is available. Hope you have a great weekend, Nicole. So if anybody wants those hyperlinks, they are emailed over to the village, so. Hero Park and Scripture Brick Committee update from Dorothy.
Okay, I put an article in the paper, and this is the article that they printed, this is the article I asked them to print. So I just want you all to know the facts, because the facts are in my article, not the paper's article. It just tells who donated and everything, and it's a thank you. And when they put it in, they took all my words out and changed it to their words, so.
And I do wanna add to that, we did receive a phone call today. Jeremy McAllister spent a lot of time on Heroes Park when we first started. He donated a lot of money to Heroes Park. He helps out the village tremendously with foundations in the cemetery. He's basically our DPW go-to guy for excavating equipment, and, it kind of bothered me, you know, that
The
we
way
had.
they wrote it up, it didn't even tell what I was trying to say.
Right,
And so that's why he would be questioning, because he didn't donate to the car show. And
No.
that's what it was all about, was telling the people thank you. But they chose not to put all my words in there, so. Just so you know, that was what I gave them, and that's what they ended up doing. But today we finished the bricks all the way around, except for the ones that we don't have enough of. We gotta either buy some more, like maybe 20, 25 small bricks to finish the curve. But, that's in the works with Mid-Michigan, Monument, so. Hopefully pretty soon it will be done, before winter.
Thank you, Ms. Dorothy, for all your hard work.
It's looking great.
It sounds fantastic.
Thank the people that need thanked, not the ones that the paper thanked.
Right, because we didn't get those people's names in there, so.
Janet said that they were doing the black bricks the 4th of November.
And hopefully the red bricks too. I mean, I'm pushing and pushing and pushing, but you can only push so hard.
Thank you. Elsie Park improvement update, Mr. Ed White.
Okay, so the stage got removed for the fall festival, which is a good thing, but it's a little too cold to do the painting on the third court, so I'll probably say that till spring. I will put in the last fancy pickleball poles that Karen Decor donated. She mentioned to me there's probably 3 weeks left on the usable season. I plan on taking the nets down and storing them somewhere. No. Then, I think it was last week, there was a comment on the Facebook page, local Facebook page, an anonymous person was voicing their concerns about the electricity usage. So, the lights I installed are very energy efficient. I ran the numbers based on what I pay as a residential customer through consumers on the worst case scenario for running, and it would cost a little over $40 a month. That is worst case scenario. In the winter, I plan on leaving the 2 lights on to do kind of security purposes, which would be about 88 cents a day. Other than that, a little over $1 a day. And I mentioned in my response to the anonymous poster that there's been a basketball hoop damage, there's been a net torn, there's been kids throwing bricks on the paint, so.
Bodies tipped over.
Right, you know, just a little bit extra security. I think about $1 a day is worth it, but if anybody wants me to adjust the timers, bring it to the council, I will take care of it. I can turn lights on and off at different times, but right now, 2 lights stay on all night long, they go dawn to dusk, and the remaining 6 lights are on from dusk until about 9:30. So there's only a couple hours runtime on those. And then when the nights are longer during the winter, I plan on those lights being off anyway, because the nets will be removed and nobody should be down there playing. Is there any questions from anybody?
Anyone have a problem with the lights being on the way they're on? Cause in my opinion, I think that if anything, they should be on longer, but just because it's like he said, you know, it's finally getting to a point to where it actually is, people are using it on the weekends.
And I feel it's
nice.
adequately lit. throughout the
I
night
think
for
so
security
too.
purposes, but also.
I drove down there at night the other night and I don't think it's excessive.
No, you know, and I kinda observed the neighbor guy, it doesn't shine into his yard. I mean, you guys haven't heard any complaints from him, but also the park is supposed to close at dusk, there's a sign that says that, and I just wanted to give kids a little extra half an hour if they were playing and enjoying themselves. And I have seen tons of people using it, so.
Tons.
I have too, I've seen a lot of people up there, and
No
honestly,
regret.
In my opinion, unless you guys object, I say leave it the way it is.
I agree.
So, yeah, it takes me 5 seconds to adjust them if there's any kind of problem or questions or concerns.
We appreciate all you've done for that.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Yeah, thanks, now my kids are always bugging me to go play.
Good. It's good for you.
It's fun.
It is. Under president, I don't have any new business. Clerk treasurer's report.
Clerk treasurer. Well, we paid, in your packet, you could see all the invoices, $41,948.43. Steve Adair from the Woodhill Group came out to the village of Elsie like he does every month to print out the checks and to put that information in the BSNA,
Which are here if anyone has any questions of the checks themselves.
and then journalize the bills, so. We do have a meeting with the Department of Treasury on Thursday at 2 p.m. You're gonna be present for that,
I
right?
will.
So, looking forward to that. Kelsey's been phenomenal on, getting the website together, fixing it. I believe we do have a meeting tomorrow at 3 p.m. with another internet company for the website. But I think right now, Kelsey's getting that under control with navigating and fixing the kinks in our website. She's also added a lot of things to our Facebook and, also the website, so I appreciate that very much.
Need a motion to approve the clerk treasurer's report.
I'll make a motion to approve the clerk treasurer's report.
Support.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I do want to, at this point, make a motion to pay the bills. The motion to pay the bills in the amount of $41,948.43, unless anyone has any questions.
I'll second that.
Need the motion first.
I'll make a motion to
There we
pay the
go.
bills in the amount of $41,948.43.
Corey motion.
I'll second whatever the motion is made.
Motion's been made and seconded to pay the bills. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Police report?
Police report. The Elsie Police Department conducted 3 traffic stops this month. Complaints have increased from last month with a total, that's not right, have decreased from last month with a total of 31 calls for service. A total of 245 hours were worked at the Elsie Police Department. Police activity for the month of September consisted of traffic enforcement, motor carrier enforcement, suspicious activity, family trouble, and 1 adult protective service complaint and school community engagements. Over Elsie Homecoming was a successful event with great community engagement from all. The Elsie Police Department has recently been requested to assist with the implementation of safe movement and subject contact for several businesses and church congregations in the area. I will provide further detail when we establish training dates, etc. MCOS has recently submitted the Fall 2025 Semi-Annual LED Distribution Report, so the Elsie Police Department will receive $250 for in-service training supplements. Code and zoning enforcement has continued with 1 zoning application that has been approved this month. As always, looking for another great month here in Elsie.
Make a motion to approve the police report.
And second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Manager code enforcement?
Who made this?
Steve.
League meeting that was held on September 12th here in Plain Township Hall was a success. Rachel from the MEDC gave residents and council members an overview on what programs were available for business owners and future potential business owners, as well as land development opportunities here in Elsie. Devin from LEAP also gave some clear insights as to how we proceed with bringing the DDA back to the village of Elsie. We look forward to having another business meeting in the near future. Finance Controller Steve Adair has filed the Village of Elsie's F-65 report, and I have included it in the council packets for your review. It is also available on the State of Michigan Local Audit and Finance Division website for anyone's review as well. Just to refresh, the F-65 is required to be filed within 6 months of year-end financial audit, and it reports on the financial activity within the government municipality. Next deficit elimination plan report is due on the 15th of this month, tomorrow. Both finance controller and I don't foresee any issues as we are keeping a strict approach to our approved budget with Michigan Treasury. Our next meeting with Michigan Treasury is scheduled for October 16th, and the due date for the Financial Distress Community VCT Grant Semi-Annual Report is fast approaching with a deadline of October 30th. Steve Adair and I will be working efficiently to meet this deadline, as we are required to submit 3 of the semi-annual reports, as we have received 3 FDCVT grants from the Michigan Department of Treasury. I've also been working with Elaine and Matt Bylett with Fleece and Vanderbrink Engineering on the proposed scope of preparing for the intent to apply for the drinking water SRF program. At this point, we are analyzing and developing budget costs for capital improvement plan, CIP, for the drinking water system, aka water mains. The intent to apply for the DWSRF grant needs to be completed and submitted to EGLE by November 1st. Chris and I actually have a meeting with FD Engineering tomorrow in reference to that CIP, the capital improvement. An MML insurance claim has also been filed due to a lift station issue on South Ovid Street. It gave us a lot of problems this month, a lot of high blood pressure. The DPW worked effortlessly on this disaster for several days, and I will let our DPW supervisor, Chris Orms, save that for his report overview. BSNA Cloud has been completed. We actually went live on Monday, September 29th. We, the staff, absolutely love it, and it's much more efficient, easier to read, easier to navigate. Clinton County Treasurer has confirmed our Village of Elsie 2025 tax roll, and we should be receiving our warrant by next week to sign off on it for all of the delinquent taxes by the county's next check run. Consumer Energy is proposing to replace a stub pole located on the right-of-way of North Knowlton Street. They anticipate this to be completed within 3 weeks. The only request that I made was to not start the replacement until after 8 a.m. due to school congestion in the early morning near this location. They sent me a picture of what it was, and so I added that to the package. Chris and I also will be attending the online public hearing put on by EGLE regarding the draft scoring criteria for the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund, the DWSRF. This will be beneficial as to how the DWSRF is actually scored and how the scoring fits in with our current needs within the Village of Elsie as to the intent to apply for the DWSRF. I truly look forward to this major project, and although it's a lot of work, we can't afford to not dive into it for the desperate water needs we currently have within the village and for the sake of the residents. We do need to set our Halloween trick-or-treat hours. That's something that we have to do. So I suggest that we make it the same as years past, from 6 p.m. to 7:30. That's all I got.
I have a question.
Sure.
Did they say why they wanted to replace that pole?
No, they don't.
I don't even understand why they
Yeah.
make a big deal about
Yeah. Cause that's the one with that gigantic shut off on the side, isn't it? Doesn't it have that old school toggle shut off? I'm just curious, cause it's right there on the corner, right by Douglas's house. So I was just curious, cause the pole looked okay to me, but I just wonder if it's got something to do with that shut off.
it. Maybe they can change that out and upgrade it.
Yeah, and make it more electronic instead of,
Change the whole water in there kind of thing.
right?
Heights consumers.
First, I guess I'll make a motion to set the trick or treating hours for 6 PM to 7:30 PM.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the Halloween hours between 6 and 7:30 PM on Halloween. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And then I'll make a
Motion
motion.
carried.
Sorry, then I'll make a motion to approve the manager's report.
Support.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Chris has blessed us with his presence, so we'll, you have a copy of the report?
I have a copy of his report.
No, I don't need it.
You memorized it?
No, they're not much on it. The biggest thing is,
Not much on it, it's 4 pages.
the lift station down there. Keegan come in, we got an alarm, Keegan come in and found the dry well flooded. Check out both the motors. And by the time we pumped it down, we found out the problem was that, that's the pictures you got. So. When I first called Fearless and ordered it, they told me it was a 3-week lead time. So I asked him if they had just a 4-inch elbow, and he was putting there, so we could be able to use it, and he gave us one, they didn't charge us for it, so they just gave it to us, but. So we got that in there. We had Kennedy in here, the pumps are shot, and the motors are shot, pumps are, you're assuming okay. So I just got a quote back on them. Them are 13 weeks, or 18 weeks. So, we've been pumping it with a trash pump since the 23rd, I think is when this happened. So last month, so,
We had to buy a new one.
yeah, it was but I got the new branch fitting in, that came in already before the 30th, so that's good. But tomorrow I gotta finalize the order of the motors, and then hopefully they don't take the motors.
How often are you having to pump it?
We've been lucky, there hasn't been no rain, and one time, we usually get down there one time a day.
What kind of orders are they? Well, like 10 horse motors or something?
I think there's 7.
Sevens? Maybe talk to the guys. I got in contact with a motor shop in Wausau that rebuilds them.
Yeah, I tried getting one rebuilt, and they told me it's cheaper just to buy a new one, by the time you rewind it and everything. So, the quote I got back was $2,800 a piece, so.
Rebuild or new?
Which I didn't think was off the bag. And the company we gave us a 16% discount for customers.
That's not a good thing. I don't want that discount.
The guy from Kennedy that came hooked me up with this place that sells the motors to go around Kennedy, so they didn't jack the price up.
What was the name of
Because
that?
Kennedy orders it, they'll add 40 or 50% on it.
What was the name of that shop?
Hmm?
What was the name of that shop?
Dick's Hall, Electric Motors, it's in Grand Rapids.
Can you send me the, when you get a chance, can you send me the models, the numbers of those motors?
Mhm.
I got a motor shop in Lansing, that we use. Usually pretty good.
Yeah. All the 3/4 inch meters come in, I think I told you that in my packet last month. We've been putting them in as best we can, I think that's a 30.
Well, you didn't tell us that, I had to read the report for you.
Right, I did. Had you read it for a guy, you're gonna do that.
Well, I did, but I didn't memorize it, so thank you for that.
We got about 30 of them, I think. We're just going forward. I think Kelsey went around today and hung door hangers on the east side of town to schedule appointments. I think that's about it.
On our insurance claim, is that gonna cover some of the repairs that self-building?
Everything but the fitting. They won't put.
And we actually talked about, I think this is something that Chris has wanted for a while, to have a pump on the shelf. So when one of them, if something
Yeah.
happens to one, we won't be in the
If
situation.
we had one on the shelf, we wouldn't be doing a trash pump every 2 weeks, so. Chris, do all the lift stations use similar pumps? or-
No, unfortunately, our
That's the
village,
problem.
all three of them are different. That's one problem.
Yeah, 'cause the last time we were in this predicament, we asked the same thing.
So you need 3 pumps on
So you need 3 backups.
And that's one problem because they're all different.
Can they be the same? Or is there a lot of
Probably
work
if you
involved?
change all the fittings where they attach.
Well, these on, the one up at the lagoon and the one down here are all grinder pumps. They're just one's a 5 horse, one's a 7 horse. Down here, they're not grinder pumps, they're, help me out, Dan.
The legend.
The legend.
They're just low, high flow pump,
Yeah, their motor sits on a
and
pump.
they got a, sharp edge on it, so it'll help cut up the stuff that's being put down the sewage system without, that's not supposed to be there, like diapers and stuff like
There's a
that.
lot of stuff in there that cheap.
I would have nightmares if I had to do your job.
Is what it is, they let you go,
It's not that bad,
move on.
I've seen worse.
I think if I memorize it correctly, I think that's all I got.
Oh, no.
SOC herbicide monitoring is
Oh,
back on a
yes.
3-year sampling cycle.
Wait to see if he's
I'm here for it, Chris, I got you.
Yeah, we've been moved back to the quarterly on that, so.
Good.
Talk about the equipment problems. Truck 3. Just enlighten everybody about truck 3.
Just a quick run now.
Truck 3 won't start, we tried everything. I had a guy tell me he checked the cap and rotor. Well, we got a new cap and rotor, but we can't get the screws out of it because they're stripped and there's about this much room between the intake and the cap, under the firewall, to try to get it out, so we're still working on that. So I had thinking about that. When you find time to do that.
I just thought you were trying to make it a hot rod.
No. I ain't no hot rod about that.
Big old blower.
About it for that. Can't much more than run with the game to start.
They came and picked up the Kubota, didn't they?
Yes.
Have we heard anything on that?
Yes. We lost 2 pistons. He's gonna pull the whole motor, take it to the shop, see if we can remill it or put sleeves in it. And figure out new pistons and, so that's gonna be a couple.
How far out are we on looking at a new loader?
I think we're waiting to talk to Steve.
Steve,
Do you have any anticipations on that or any?
he's hoping before the end of next year. I think was his proposed,
I thought we talked about doing it this year.
not in this fiscal budget. Did he talk about it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be on this budget.
It's on this budget, but you have to remember this fiscal year goes through 2026.
Right,
Because that's what messes everybody up.
it's expended
Right.
till March.
To our
But I thought, I remember a meeting where they said something about November.
Yeah, he said, he did actually say that, with the capital improvement fund with the water and sewer. We're trying to wait until where we shake out financially. We don't wanna jump the gun and try to order something before,
I don't disagree with that at all, like, I don't necessarily wanna just go out and put money, but at the same time, I don't know if anybody's seen the weather lately, but it's starting to cool off, and that cooler weather brings some white stuff that we might need.
he's supposed to let us know if we can pull the trigger on that and also a, salt box, an industrial one that'll go in the back of the truck, not those cheap little red ones.
Right.
That for the crew cab.
No, they're going my truck.
You don't want any more dead things and to be the feeding strip? I'll make a motion to approve the DPW report.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public comment, so for public comment, just stand, state your name, where you reside, and any comments that you have. Each person will have 3 minutes. Any public comments this evening?
Hi, I'd like to make comments.
Of course.
Am I okay here? Do you want me to come up there?
Yeah, you're,
My
either
name is
way.
Michelle Birch. This is my boyfriend Tom. We bought our property in 2019 on Second Street, built a home in 2020. My concern is the abandoned home across the street that's been abandoned way longer than we've lived here. And my understanding is it's been sold 3 times and just recently sold in an auction. 2 months have passed and it hasn't been torn down. Are you guys gonna enforce that? Or are we again gonna just let it go and nothing will be done and we just have to live with it because we live across the street?
That's the brown trailer with the
Correct.
pole barn?
It just literally went back to back taxes.
Yeah.
I know, August. It sold in August. It's October. That's been 2
It
months.
sold in August, no, it went back for back taxes back to the county. They lost the property. They were trying to sell it before they lost it.
I know they were, but according to the tax website, it sold for $17,200 or
We
$400 or
haven't- We
something.
haven't been notified who the new owner is.
Just like last time, like you didn't know for almost 2 years who owned that, so you couldn't enforce anything.
Kinda like the school, that's
Here's
what,
the
that's how the
big,
school
here's the
was
big thing
too.
about that property. We were gonna buy it, but they said we had to tear it down in 30 days,
90 days.
90 days. Well, we didn't have the money to tear it down in 90 days. If we could've waited 6 years, we would've had it tore
Who
down.
did you talk to about that?
Shane,
Okay, there's your problem.
Well, that's,
that's not our problem. He's the city attorney, so that's who, was in charge of the city, so that's who we're supposed to talk to.
He's
so
not
we're,
trying
He's the one
we
who
just wanna
said-
know what's gonna happen now.
Yeah, because here we are, 6 years later, we're living across the street from a piece of crap. If I would've bought
Paying
it 5 years ago,
$5,000 in
if I would've bought it
taxes
5 years ago, it
for
would've
our
already been
property.
taken care of. But you guys wouldn't let me go an extra 6 months to tear it down, had to be done 90 days. As soon as you buy it, 90 days has to be tore down.
I was not aware of that, were you?
Well-
No, that's probably
Zoning
a
board.
zoning board.
Okay, so
Okay,
the
but what,
zoning board needs to get on these people, they need to tear it down in 30 more days if they bought it.
Once we get notification from the county that someone has purchased it, we will issue a letter to the buyer
okay.
and
Well,
let
can I
them know
make
that property.
make a motion or whatever I have to for you guys to investigate that? Or are you guys just gonna leave it and I'm gonna live across the
We
street
have
from
to wait
another
until
5
we're
years?
notified by the county.
Correct, and
About
that's,
who bought it.
Correct.
and that's,
Once we're notified by the county, then we'll make the corrective actions.
So
if
why
the
will this
county-
be different this time versus the 2
If the
previous
county doesn't
times?
notify you, then it just sits there?
Yeah, just like last
So
time.
why couldn't I have bought it 5 years ago and let it sit there?
I guess you could have rolled the dice and bought it 5 years ago and didn't tear it down. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Well, my
I
thing
wasn't the
is,
one that told you that.
the city is supposed to do what they're supposed to do and that is the
Enforce
law.
those
90 days after it's bought, it has,
Ordinance.
okay,
Okay.
ordinance.
So what we can do is we'll follow the chains. We will issue letters once we're notified that it was purchased.
Okay.
So,
I can promise you both, I live right around the corner.
yeah.
I've been by your house is beautiful, you guys have done amazing things.
That big red one?
Yeah,
That's nice.
it is beautiful.
Well, we appreciate that, but
And there's nobody that wants the garbage in this village cleaned up more than everybody on this board. I promise you that. I would love to see that house
Can you
gone.
promise me this?
However, we cannot, we have to still follow the appropriate chains. We can't
We
just
get
go in and knock it down.
we
We
get that.
can make whoever has it, yes, but we have to follow the law also. We have to send the letters, we have to do the corrective action needed to do it, and we can't do that until the county gives us notice that either they have it or somebody else has
And
it.
just to prepare yourself for the roller coaster ride, so if they bought it and they don't realize that it has to be tore down, they're gonna let it go back
I know,
again.
again,
I know.
that's
So
what
it's
our
gonna
big
just
worry
keep
is.
And here's the
rolling
big-
That
and
is-
rolling and
You
rolling.
guys keep getting your tax money and I keep living across the street from a piece of crap.
well, we don't get tax money for that. It's
Right.
When they sell it, you do,
delinquent.
because they have to pay the back taxes when they buy it.
Okay, well,
The county will, right? But once we're notified and we can do what we can, like Corey said, we're gonna do what we can, so. I honestly, I went over and looked at it to buy it because I like the pole barn. I love the property just for the garage.
Yeah, it's a nice lot.
It's a nice garage, but the dollar amount in difference doesn't justify it. You can build 3 of them comparative to tearing it down.
So when it first went up for sale, I could've bought it for $5 grand. And Shane said, no, you gotta tear it down in 90 days. I didn't have the
Does
money
it
to.
all have to be torn down or just the trailer?
The trailer.
And it doesn't have to be tore down,
Just taken out?
have just taken out.
Right.
Have somebody grab hold of it, pull it out, rip the addition down, whatever, it is what it is. So,
Alright, thank you.
you're-
People out there are buying too.
They ain't buying that one.
Any other public comment?
I got one for the chief of police. Tuesday, September 30th, do we know who was driving the Ford Explorer? Or gonna ignore me? Got dash cam video from the semi of it running the stop sign at 127.
What day did you say?
Tuesday, September 30th. We don't have the time on it. That's Maple Rapids Road. And the date.
I don't see anything here. Some message delivery.
11:08 a.m.
I have no idea what vehicles were out on that day. I don't see.
It doesn't say here.
Shouldn't the chief of police know what was driving around that day?
I was probably on vacation that day. I don't know.
You're still in charge of people. You're the chief.
Tuesday, September 30th, there's 3 officers.
There were 3 officers on duty?
Nope, but there's 3 officers by the town of Elsie.
It was here in Elsie?
It was in Maple Rapids Road and 127, they didn't even stop.
35, 40 mile an hour.
It was an Explorer.
That thing won't even start.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's on video.
It's dash cam video out of the semi.
I'm not saying I doubt you, that never came out of my mouth. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just saying, he just said it wouldn't start.
It wouldn't start, the other day, we both were working on it.
Yeah, well, Tuesday, September 30th, it was driving.
How about 15 days ago? Must have been driving, right?
Well, it wasn't me, I can tell you that.
Wasn't me either.
Not a big fan of that Ford, so it wasn't me.
Any other public comment?
I guess if nobody else has anything to say, I'm not gonna stand up, so there's people on me, so that way they can see. I want to address a few concerns regarding accuracy and accountability with some reporting. So in the village minutes for the entire year to date, there's approximately 270 calls that are being reported. Yeah, according to Clinton County Central Dispatch, there's only been 138 calls since April 4th of 2024 with Elsie responding. The numbers don't align, so I just don't understand how they're being reported and what is accounting for that vast difference. I'd also like clarification on how the calls for service are being made. Since emergency calls are going through 911, the village office is only open 2 days a week. It just raises the question, are these calls going to an officer's personal cell phone, or is there another system in place in the village of Elsie that we're not aware of that's not documented through dispatch? And how are they being tracked and verified? The concern connects to a recent embezzlement investigation. If the council was unable to recognize significant financial discrepancies in past records, how can the public be confident with numbers being reported now, whether those are financial or operational? Under Michigan's General Law Village Act, specifically MCL 65.5, 65.7, and 66.1, the council has a legal responsibility to examine and approve bills, reports, and expenditures. These laws make it clear that the review and oversight are not optional, they are your statutory duties. That's why it's concerning to see how much is being spent for police coverage. For example, I spoke with the Clinton County Sheriff's Office. Both Westphalia and Fowler, similar areas, have coverage for approximately 8 hours a week. They pay about $18,000 a year. If Elsie arranged something similar, say 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, it'd be about $23,000 per year. And that includes access to their sheriff's vehicles, detectives, K-9 units, and all county resources without the village having to pay vehicle ownership, insurance, and maintenance. By contrast, maintaining a full-time local officer 40 hours a week benefits, vehicle costs, and insurance is approximately $150,000 per year.
Yet their service also is going to include a complete support network and professional infrastructure. So I guess I have to ask, why is the council so opposed to considering this cost-saving option? Partnering with the sheriff's office can provide reliable professional coverage at a fraction of the cost, and it would increase accountability and transparency for both the residents and the village altogether. I think the residents within the village are simply asking for clarity and responsibility and open discussion about how all of their village tax dollars are being spent, and they are not receiving the answers they're looking for.
To address your first question.
Wait a minute, no, hold on. So, two things. So number one, I will not answer any questions from you anymore. I will not respond to anything you ask me, nor your family. You've become our plaintiff, so to make that clear, there's nothing being stated. Second of all, Destiny Bryce is not going anywhere. Our police department is not going anywhere. She's become an asset to this town and this community, so get off the bandwagon, number one. Number two, I'd like to know who you talked to at the county, because when we approached the county, not too long ago, it was north of $150,000 for the year, and they will not support our ordinances, So in my opinion, I say the council does not respond to her at this point, so.
What if we all have the same question? Are you gonna deny everyone here that, you know?
So I seen this question on Facebook last night, and I went through all my meeting minutes for the year. The discrepancy that you call it, that call of service, that's also fire EMS.
That's fire and EMS.
Go
That's
take the
not
number
just
off the
the
front of that
police.
building and add it to that. It's gonna come out pretty damn close.
Okay.
That's not just her, that's everybody in here, all
That's-
EMS,
All emergency services in this building.
in this building.
So the police report she's giving is including fire and EMS?
Yep.
Correct.
It's call of service.
It's call
Call
of
of
service.
We made that clear a couple meetings ago.
I have a job, so I can't be here.
Yep, and so do we.
Yep, and I needed that reiterated.
Any
because I-
other public comments?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Fall's coming up, a lot of leaves are gonna fall. I was wondering if the spot where the leaves are going to be put are gonna be pushed back around? Because it hasn't been.
He did just push some of it up.
I was gonna say, because pretty soon it's gonna be in the ball fields. Just was wondering.
Yeah.
Well, part of the problem is we don't have four-wheel drive either.
Yeah, you can still do it without.
And I wanna add a little bit to that. I dropped leaves off there the other day, and whoever the residents are putting trash back there, could they please stop?
That's why I'm saying we need to get stuff pushed back so they can't.
Well, there was actually bags of garbage back there.
Yeah, they put it behind the piles, so we gotta get it pushed back so we can see it.
Yeah, I found hydraulic hoses out there, I found everything out there. Yeah, working on that, Tom.
I would do it myself, but I knows that ain't gonna do it.
My golf cart would just drive into it and get stuck.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Any other public comment?
I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if it was on the website or somewhere, but leaves are supposed to be picked up on Mondays now, instead of just any day like they used to.
Correct.
Well, the first week they didn't pick mine up, I called Destiny, she sent them right over, picked it right up. The next time, they sat there for 2 weeks. This time, they were there like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So what are they picking them up? Are they just forgetting us down out there because the trailer park?
No, we
Oh,
don't.
they
do
trailer
that.
park, we don't have property down there.
This things come up on Monday, that's what's hard about telling
So
you.
then why do they
I
not
guess
do
I won't
nothing
answer if
then?
you're not gonna let me talk.
Like I said in our DPW report, in my manager's report, that lift station sewer, that was a disaster, and they were all busy with doing that. I actually talked to a council member and wanted to see if he could hook something up on my golf cart so I could go pick them up myself. Because I knew, I drove by on 3rd Street, I'm like,
Every time, it's
geez,
not
oh,
once been picked
she
up.
has the leaf bags out and they're not being picked up, so
Every
that's,
time this week.
that's on me. I apologize for that, maybe we do need
You know
to
what?
change
It
the
looks
date.
like hell to have those bags out in your front yard, and makes your grass turn yellow, and right now the grass is brown anyway, and then it rains on 'em. I keep pulling them back under my patio, so they don't get wet. Drag them back out to the road for Monday. They're sitting every time.
I do have it posted as various days throughout the fall season as well as the day
If I
that we
had
have
it,
been
I'd take it
having
down there. I don't have a
to
big
deal with other things.
Chris, does another day work better for you than Monday?
Yeah, you never know, things come up. It's like you coming back from work from having yesterday off, ready to get great this morning, that's getting me during the weekend.
Right now, it just
No.
says throughout the week.
There's no good
And
time. I feel for him, I
This week,
understand
this
that,
week
because
was,
if a lift
a
station
holiday.
goes down, you
Yeah.
don't know it. If,
Right, I know that, but it's been every
something
week
else
since.
happens.
Absolutely.
There's been
You
something
just
going
don't
on
know.
every week.
Exactly.
They were dealing with that lift station for 3 weeks.
I'm not upset, why are you upset with me?
I'm just letting
I'm
you know.
asking you a
You wanna
question.
have your problems fixed down here, or are you worried about a goddamn van?
it's
Hey,
okay.
hey, hey.
Oh,
We will probably have to.
I can burn them.
We'll probably have to
No, you
change
can't,
that
that's
for you.
illegal.
Oh, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We'll make a note and we'll make it a priority, man.
I don't care, you know what, if they're saying one day that, and they never changed it, okay, we're busy, it's not gonna be this week, or it's not gonna be Monday, so, that's fine. But you know, it's no fun to put them out, put them back, put them out, put them back. I finally just started leaving them out there.
You should have called me and harked down.
I have called you enough.
I'd have got somebody over there.
Yes, Miss Don Levy.
Dawn Levy, DuPage Township, and I attend a lot of meetings, all over the United States and here. And when it comes to public comment, officials are not required to answer your question. They take the information, they open it up. If you go to an Ovid Elsie school board meeting, they are not going to answer your question. They take it under advisement and they'll get back to you. And then you don't get into an open debate, just a recommendation. But an update on the dam project. As many of you know, the federal government is in shutdown. And on October 6th, U.S. Fish and Wildlife was to send the biologists back to collect our mussels and relocate them. That has been delayed and suspended until spring. That being said, it probably means that in July, the dam is not going to be removed, but is going to be pushed back as well. Because we are blessed with, there are 43 mussel species in the state of Michigan. We have 22, and 3 of them are protected. So they're being marked and rehomed, but now it's being suspended until spring. And no, you cannot have a clam bake. It's not allowed.
I get Bruce's vote on that.
Can't do it.
Fire up the fryers.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I also feel, from being someone who sees school boards or other boards, I've attended your board meetings for a few years for dairy festival purposes. And I've seen a change in the dynamic and the culture. And obviously you have had a lot of things happen in the community, and there's a lot of people here that don't normally show up for things. I will say it feels very disheartening to watch you go from a group where you would come in and you would smile and you would talk to people and you would converse with each other, to quickly shutting off, quickly, like, there's not even eye contact with some people, and I feel like that might be, that's where I see a disconnect. I mean, my child wanted to come with me tonight, and I was like, I don't know how appropriate that would be, only because there's such a negative feeling between the public comment and your role. And I don't have the answers. I mean, I'm on a board where we don't respond right away either, but that's really hard and disheartening to see.
Well, one of the biggest things.
Miss Brooke, have you been on the community page at all?
I don't do that.
Okay. Well, if you did, you'd understand why some of the people on this board just will let the people talk.
But I've been in a board role where that sucks too. I'm just saying, like,
One of the biggest takeaways for me about the whole situation is the biggest issues are not even village residents.
and it's, I'm not a village resident, so I guess.
And that's
my
okay,
comment,
and that's
but I
okay,
feel
you're
it's
more than
important.
welcome, and we appreciate your comment. But when things turn negative and you don't even live here, and you wanna bash a village that you don't even live in, then there's a problem.
But when you put people's lives in danger.
And I do have an Elsie address. And so do I.
Yeah, so do I.
So that dissolves me, doesn't it? I guess we can go
I've
right.
been here for over 20
We can
years.
go.
Any other public
Here you
comment?
go, Jason.
You've been served.
Served, buddy.
Thank you.
For the second time, so everybody knows.
Thank you.
You're
Because
welcome.
they wouldn't answer the first one.
Any other public comment?
Yep. So, some of you know me, some of you don't. I've been in this community for my whole life. My family dates back into the late 1800s. I'm part of this community. I've been a firefighter for 6 years. I was firefighter of the year, year in a row. Yeah, MFR 2 years in a row. I do this because I love my community. And this is appalling. You know, we come in here and we try to do the best of our ability. And it shouldn't be a fight every step of the way to get anything done. And, you know, it's really come to the point to where it's not worth the $250 a month I get for this. You know, I do it because I love my community. And I guess that's all I gotta say.
Like he said, do you think we like sitting up here and getting attacked all the time? Do you think we like this? We have to make decisions. And sometimes those decisions don't sit well with everybody, but they have to be made. And some of these decisions, because of this predicament that we've been put in, are forced. Do you think we want to do you think we want to charge the fire department rent or sell that? No, absolutely not. I don't want to. But the repercussions of us not doing that are swift and severe. It's awful. And do you like your streetlights? Do you like your streets plowed? Do you like coming and voicing your opinions and getting responses? Because that won't happen if we give that building away for free.
I like to voice my opinion, but I don't like to get swore at. Over a simple bag of leaves. And the only reason I said that is because it was supposed to be Mondays. If it wasn't gonna be Mondays, they should have let us know that.
We understand.
I understand that they're busy. I understand that. I've worked in this town all my life.
Well, one of the biggest things that I wanna state is the fact that, you know, and I'm not gonna point out that family in particular, but, you know, they're not bringing legitimate statements or situations to the table. Everything is either exaggerated or false truths, and they're making it a personal vendetta against Destiny Bryce. It isn't the village. They don't reside here. They have property here. Sure, I'll give them that. They reside in Fairfield Township, almost to 57. You know, for some reason.
Taxes though, right?
And I agree that they're paying taxes, but the things that they're bringing are totally out of context and not accurate. So that's the biggest thing. They're making it a personal railroad against Destiny versus that is what they're doing. So that's my take.
I do hear the comments here about Destiny. And I will say, Destiny and I personally have had our ups and downs. I have personally stood toe to toe and been screaming at her as she screamed at me.
We're the same
I
person.
can personally say that that has happened.
I can tell you a year ago, I was sitting on that side of this table screaming at her.
I was here.
And I will also say that while I have been toe to toe with her and in screaming matches with her, and I've heard the comments, I've read some of the posts. I don't personally have the page, but my awesome, beautiful wife makes it a point to keep me updated, just to make sure my blood pressure is where it needs to be. But she keeps me updated on that. On the flip side of that, I sat with her during the Fall Fest this weekend. And I can't take my shoes off to count enough times that little kids came up to her and gave her a hug and talked with her and she interacted with them. People came up, just general people of all ages, walks of life, all of them came up and gave her a hug and talked with her, and the compassion that she had for some of the people that were there was just mind-blowing. So while, is she necessarily free of any wrongdoing ever? Absolutely not. But neither are you, neither are we, and neither is anybody out there in the world. And I believe for this village, she's doing a fantastic job. And I don't wanna see her go, so.
I was gonna say, next, how many bags did you have? How many bags of leaves do you have?
They picked them up today.
No, but how many did you have?
Overall?
I mean,
don't know, lots,
10?
probably.
Okay. Call Destiny next time. I have a golf cart, I'll come and get it.
I have.
I got
And no
trailers. I just asked Mark.
Yeah, we got trailers for her golf
I mean,
carts.
I have a golf cart that I can come and get those
Great,
leaves,
that's nice.
and you won't have
Not
this
you,
issue.
but I work hard to keep my yard looking
Well, I
nice.
understand, I do too.
And I don't, when they.
And I don't have to dump,
that-
put my bags in leaves, because I got a place where I can dump them. But you don't.
What is the?
I'll come and get them. No problem.
Stand up, say your name.
What's the rules on leaves?
As far as,
Like my neighbor, he just blows them in the middle of the, between the sidewalk and the road and leaves them all year.
And all the rest of us
And
have to
all
pick
the
them
rest of
up.
them, we have to pick them up.
So why is he allowed to do that and nobody
I don't
else?
understand, they're still there from last year.
I don't know if there is an ordinance as far as picking
There
up the leaves.
is, they have to be picked up and put in bags.
Okay, I know they gotta be bagged if you pick them up. I
They
didn't know
used to
there
be
was.
picked up with vacuum, and then they was picked up with backhoe and dump trucks, then they went to bags. Because I used to do it.
He
Well,
just,
we've made formal complaints and nothing's been
I
done.
mean, like pile this high all the way down the sidewalk,
seen
and
it.
it's still there on the corner of where I live,
First
and
Oak and
second.
Second.
You know,
There's a whole, it's still there, and he's got
second.
piles of dirt piled up next to my property line, like I don't know what he's thinking.
He's trying to flood us out.
But the leaf thing is, he
It's just
just
irritating.
blows them there, then they blow in our yard, and then she rakes them up and puts them in the bag.
Right.
Why can't he just bag them up where you guys can have them, or? They say they
Bags
send
are
them.
free, I mean,
Huh?
you just come and get the bags from the village.
I know.
Free.
He just doesn't
I
wanna
don't
do
get
it.
Cause he's lazy. Well, no, he's not lazy, cause he does the work. He just wants to do it opposite way you said tell him to, cause he's Dennis.
What does the ordinance tell us about lawn waste in and on a sidewalk or a roadway? What does it tell us?
It's a violation of the ordinance.
So why don't we step up to the window and do something about the violation? None of us, Jason, none of us are asking for anything that's out of
I mean, those.
Out of the
Listen,
point, right?
listen, you,
If anybody knows me,
No.
I take the leaves that come from my residence on the west side, and I push them up on my yard,
I
get
take
them
care of
off the
mine.
curb before I even mow.
I don't even have a tree. Everybody else leaves.
I actually just leave.
Not to
my driveway stuff
intentionally
yesterday.
cause your yard waste into the roadway, otherwise it's a violation.
Would you be willing to fill out an application for a code enforcement position, Douglas?
or a DPW
Or
guy?
a
I'd love to,
position?
but it would have to be between, probably 11 at night and 5 in the morning.
We can make that happen. We would love violations at that time.
Automatic.
A lot of that stems from,
But the point I wanna make about it is, it shouldn't be me bringing up what the policy is. It should be somebody here, sitting on that side of the table saying, look at yourselves and say, you know what, that's something that we gotta fix.
We
We
know
owe
it.
it, we owe it to the residents to fix the concern that they have.
I agree with
And
that,
go after it.
and it's a work in progress. We don't have the manpower.
Corey, please,
It is, we
it's a
can't
work in
do
progress, but you
everything.
gotta take a step forward.
We haven't taken any steps forward. There's been no steps forward on this village at all.
What about new water meters that work for free by the US Department of Treasury? We have
That these
5
guys are
people.
putting in all day, every day, working on the lift station. All this
Go around the village,
no
go around the
overtime.
village and visualize it.
For no overtime also, just so you know.
That's okay,
No, it's not okay.
They're not gonna understand, you might as well.
No, they're not.
that's okay.
They're just gonna sit there and complain some more.
I appreciate everything you guys do. I
Just
know
for
it's a
the
lot.
reference that
You were down there at that lift station
it
every
was
single
called
day,
blight.
every single morning.
It still
if
is.
I remember reading the
Do you wanna
ordinances
fill out an ad for code enforcement?
and all that. Blight is usually enforced by police department. We have 2 other police department people that could be going around and doing the blight besides just driving. That was part of their process and job. So if the other officers are only driving around and going on calls, and I don't know what they're doing, I'm just saying, that they could also add that into their process.
Well, first of all, we can't just give them a ticket, which everybody thinks we can. That's not how that works. Second of all, we have to write them a certified letter.
I
They have to be
understand all that.
And then if they still don't wanna do anything about it, then we gotta take them to court. And we don't
I
have the money to
understand
go
that
to
too.
court.
But you gotta do the process or you can't do nothing about it.
Correct. We're working on it. That's why we need another DPW guy.
What's that pay?
$14 an hour. Are you interested?
No overtime.
No.
No, thank you.
We get that a lot.
I imagine.
You can make that at McDonald's.
Right.
Why would you do it for that? I mean,
We can't afford
I
it.
understand, I get it.
That's the frustrating
Read
part.
on, be a code enforcement officer.
That we are, it's an uphill battle, and we're getting there.
We are.
Contrary to some of the beliefs, we are honestly a step in the right direction. Finances are finally, I'm not gonna say they're where they need to be, but they are in the right direction, for sure. And we are digging out of a giant hole that none of us knew we were in. Due to
Unforeseen
unfortunate,
circumstances.
thank you, I almost said something, I probably shouldn't have. but-
Correct.
Is that supposed to be taken care of properly? Was
Yes.
that foreseen? Is that what you did?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not unforeseen anymore.
Okay.
It's checked, double checked, contrary to beliefs, so. Any other public comment?
Brian Lawrence, 160 East Pine. Lot of negativity in here, a lot of negativity. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for doing what you do every day. I know not everybody agrees with what you do, but I know you do what you have to do. So I appreciate what you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Need a motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn again.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.